Ase atena sebio Dwaso Nsem Soni e wa Adom 106.3 FM and e fiada. Thank God it's Friday. Meaning your Osei Bonsu ya mamu nyina akwa e da mu nyina asesa mo de afidie na tona. Adom 106.3 Ghana's #1 radio station. We are live on Facebook. You don't go Facebook, just search for Adom 106.3. Like our page. You better match a live streaming, no ever honso. Dwaso Nsem. If you me copy, say non do ebebo. On behalf of the production team, good morning to you, wherever you may be around the world listening to us. And the newspapers now be cancer. My mention yemfa headlines no emremo. Yeah, sorry, I'm Adom Sports page 1 about the apostle be premo. But before that, no, the first big interview ever to Amos. Osha delegate and him heads to roll as MPP NDC fight over PDS scandal and aid can't develop Africa. Akufo-Addo Kufuor in tears at Busia book launch. Opening stay of proceedings dismissed, and a parliament approves 3.6 billion mini budget. Osha Ghanaian Times anima guard against wasteful spending. President tells African government, and Ghana Africa matter in U.S. foreign policy. That's according to Nancy Pelosi, the U.S. Speaker. Frederick Emisa and Professor A. Al-Hassan appointed CEOs of MTC and GBC. Government launches full-scale investigation into breaches by PDS. The Finder newspaper also said 30-day PDS probe underway. Talks with Millennium Challenge Corporation in progress. And Republic Bank's profit up by 75%. Assets cross 3 billion Ghana cedis. Africa Beyond Aid hinges on intra-regional trade. President Nsema Odia Tuja and Delhi Dispatch Nim. A Qatari company alerted Ghana about PDS fraud. Finance Ministry to blame. And letter from Al Kut cancelling PDS insurance at Carl Bank. Okay. The Ghanaian publisher says PDS probe to take 30 days. Government and aged MPs should retire. Ransford Jampo and someone also the Atuja and the Informer newspaper. Public outrage against government complicity in PDS fiasco. Heads must roll. And also Ghanaians demand as nation stands to lose $190 million. PBC broke as industry players call on government to salvage its collapse. And also in Sema, the Informer newspaper, the Abba, Oshe, the Herald in Swenima. Greed and family fracas pops up in ECG PDS scandal. Haruna Idrisu playing smart on PDS scandal. And on Samwaha. Haruna Idrisu playing smart on PDS scandal. And excessive 1 billion Ghana cedi bail condition keeps Nam1 in custody. Okay. Weekend today. Publish officials in PDS deal. Amewu Des NDC. And NDC MP aspirant react. Tema East MP cut sword for Tema Mahian Astro Tef. Central Region NPP Vice Chair, suspended pa. The Delhi Searchlight says government probes PDS breaches. And Tamale, please announce 10,000 Ghana cedis reward for information on officers careless. Ninina so Delhi Searchlight Ediaba. Yensha the Inside newspaper. Death threat against anti-Galamsey crusader. Mr. Kojo Ata Apiankran infoni ewo pepe enim Nsembe no dia tuja unya Inside newspaper ubetimi akaibi. The weekend, the new weekend crusading guide probe into PDS anomalies last 30 days. Government investigative team expected in Doha, that's Qatar, on Tuesday. And Okay. Court strikes out case against Erasmus Kwao. Ninyina ewo New Crusading Guide. And name Daily Graphic. Government chases $190 million compact funds. And in spite of agreement suspension and minority demand concession termination, Daily Graphic, the Hon Samaba, amend LI that bans motorcycles from operating as taxis. Wow, ACP Victor Tandor retired. That's an interesting story. Government must tread cautiously in PDS issue, power producers. The Chronicle newspaper says government probes PDS fraud. Information Minister allays fears of possible tariff increases. And Oforiata knew of PDS fraud. Minority. How murdered policewoman escaped death at Shatawale's show. The Inquisitor, loss of revenue. GRA staff scream fraud in auction. Kofi Nti's guys named. Cabinet approves proposal for academic user fees. Education Minister reveals. The Gold Street business. New controversy over oil licensing for 2 blocks as minister accepts direct negotiations despite fierce competition for the blocks. Uncertainties grip businesses over PDS suspension, but government assures completion of investigation into purported breaches in 30 days. Story were domestic borrowing to ease in second half of 2019. Ghanaian Observer said government probes PDS glitches. Inquiry team has 30 days to complete work. Akufo-Addo rallies World Bank and IMF. And Ghana chose another first as Corrick unveils corrosion map for Africa. Publisher newspaper. Ahead of 2020 elections, Mahama cannot get VIP. Transport fares to go up. 10,000 Ghana cedis reward for info on cop killers. Ninyina Hon Nsem okay, into share Mahama cannot get VIP. Now you say as Andani and Alex Mold snap him. Ninyina publisher Ediaba. The Daily Statesman. Africa must be self-reliant. Akufo-Addo restate vision to African finance ministers and bank governors. And a full inquiry on PDS suspension complete in 30 days. Why does the NDC fear Baumia? Ninyina Nsem. The Daily Statesman, Ediaba. Into the war newspapers, Nimena no pay,